Have you ever looked at your paycheck and just felt like building real, lasting wealth was a dream that was meant for somebody else? Well, if that's you, then you are in the right place. Today, we're going to completely dismantle the idea that your income is a barrier. I'm going to give you a clear, actionable path forward, and we're going to prove that building wealth is absolutely possible no matter where you're starting from. Okay, let's jump in.
This quote right here, this is the central truth for everything we're about to cover. I want you to let that really sink in because it's probably the most empowering financial idea you'll ever come across. It means the person in the driver's seat of your financial future isn't your boss or the economy. It's you. It's all about the small, consistent, and often unglamorous choices you make every single day. The secret isn't some crazy stock pick. It's a system of habits, it's discipline, and it's a new way of looking at things. That's the real power we're going to unlock together today. Before we jump in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the links in the description if you're looking for a real estate agent in your market or you need life insurance. My team and I can help you anywhere nationwide.
All right, Section 1, the foundation, your mindset. Look, before we talk about a single dollar, a single budget, or any investment, we have to start right here with the most important asset you have, your mind. And here's why. Your current financial reality is a direct reflection of what you believe about money deep down. If you don't shift that internal framework first, any practical strategy is like trying to build a house on quicksand. Yeah, it might look okay for a little while, but eventually, it's all going to come crumbling down. This internal work, this is the permanent fix.
This slide just lays it out perfectly. These are the two competing voices that can live inside our heads. Over on the left, you've got the scarcity mindset. This is that voice of limitation, that nagging feeling that there's never enough, that you're trapped. It's a mindset that runs on fear. But on the right, we've got the abundance mindset. And here's the key. This is not about pretending you're a millionaire. It's about focusing on what you can control and training your brain to see opportunities where it used to see roadblocks. So for example, instead of seeing a certification course that could boost your career and saying, I can't afford that, the question becomes, okay, how can I afford that? You see that? That tiny little switch in language turns a brick wall into a puzzle. Maybe it means you cut back on takeout for a few months, pick up an extra shift, or sell something you don't need anymore. It shifts you from being a victim of your circumstances to the architect of your future.
Okay, Section 2, the blueprint, budget and save. Now that we've got that abundance mindset in place, we can move on to the real practical tools. And the most powerful tool in your entire arsenal is the budget. Now, I know, I just said the B word, and for a lot of you, that word just brings up feelings of restriction, of being told no. I want you to throw that whole idea out the window right now. A budget is not a cage. It's the blueprint for your financial freedom. It's the tool that lets you tell your money where to go instead of just wondering where it all went.
So, how do we build this thing? It starts with one simple but totally critical action. For the next 30 days, I want you to become a detective. Your mission is to track every single dollar that comes in and every single dollar that goes out. Use a notes app, a spreadsheet, whatever. The tool doesn't matter. What matters is getting a crystal clear picture of what's actually happening with your money. And here's the most important rule of all. This is a zero judgment zone. You are not allowed to feel guilty or beat yourself up over past spending. This is just a data gathering mission. And I promise you, you are probably going to be shocked by what you find. Those little daily coffees, those subscriptions you forgot about, they add up. Once you have that data, that's when you get the power to change things.
So you see this number on the screen, 10 to 20%. And for a lot of people, that feels like being asked to climb Mount Everest. It can feel completely overwhelming. And you know what? That's okay. The most important thing here isn't the number itself. It's the idea of just starting. If 10% feels impossible, forget it for now. Can you do 2%? Can you save $50 this month? Can you save 20? Start there. The amount you start with is way less important than building the habit. Think of it like a muscle. You don't walk into a gym on day one and try to bench press 300 pounds. You start with just the bar. You build the discipline. Saving is a muscle, and it gets stronger every single time you use it.
And this right here, this is the single most effective strategy to make sure you actually do it. It's called pay yourself first. Here's how most of us operate. We get paid, we pay the rent, the car, the bills, we spend on food and fun, and then we just kind of hope there's something left over to save. Pay yourself first flips that entire script upside down. With this method, the second your paycheck hits your account, the very first bill you pay is to your future self. The way you do this is by setting up an automatic transfer from your checking to a separate savings account, preferably a high-yield one so your savings are actually earning you some money. This makes your discipline automatic. It takes willpower completely out of the equation and makes saving for your future a non-negotiable priority, just like paying your rent. This chart gives you a really popular way to think about your money. It's often called the 50-30-20 rule, and it's a great starting guide.
The idea is to have about 50% of your take-home pay go to your absolute needs. That's stuff like housing, food, and transportation. Then 30% is for your wants, entertainment, hobbies, going out. And that critical 20%, that's what you pay yourself first. That's for your savings, your investments, and getting rid of debt. Now let me be really clear about this. These numbers are a guideline, not a strict law. If you live in an expensive city, your needs might be 60 or 70%. That's just reality. The point isn't to hit these numbers perfectly on day one. The point is to have a target, to have a plan, and to be the one who consciously decides where every single one of your dollars goes. That's how you take back control. Before we move on, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the links in the description if you're looking for a real estate agent in your market or you need life insurance. My team and I can help you anywhere nationwide.
Okay, so you've started to shift your mindset. You've created a blueprint with your budget. Now it's time to hit the accelerator. And we do this with a powerful two-pronged attack. First, we aggressively get rid of the financial anchors that are holding you back. And second, we actively boost the engine that's going to move you forward. That means we're going to tackle your debt and we're going to strategically increase your income. High-interest debt, especially credit card debt, is the #1 enemy of building wealth. It's like trying to swim with an anchor tied to your ankle. You've got to get rid of it. As you can see here, there are two really effective ways to do it. First is the debt snowball. This one is all about psychology and momentum. You list your debts from smallest to largest, and you attack the smallest one with every extra penny you have. Once it's gone, you get this huge psychological win, and you take all the money you were paying on that debt and roll it over to the next one. The other method is the debt avalanche. This one is just pure math. You list your debts by the highest interest rate and attack that one first. This method will save you the most money in the long run. So which one is better? Honestly, the best one is the one you'll actually stick with. If you need those quick wins to stay motivated, go with the snowball. If you're all about efficiency, choose the avalanche. Just pick one and start.
All right, let's talk about the other side of the equation. Cutting your expenses is like playing defense. It's absolutely crucial, but there's a limit, right? You can only cut so much. Increasing your income, though, that's playing offense. And with offense, there is no ceiling. The potential is unlimited. To win any game, you have to play both defense and offense. This is how you create more fuel for your savings and investment engine.
So how do we play offense? Let's get practical. First, ask for a raise. But don't just walk in and say you want more money. Build a case. For the next month, keep a win journal. Write down every single time you go above and beyond. Research what your position is worth on the open market. Then present your case based on the value you bring. Second, invest in yourself. What skill, what certification could you get that would make you more valuable? The return on investing in yourself can be absolutely massive. And third, start a side hustle. And I mean start small. What's one thing you're good at that could make you an extra $100 this month? Start right there, prove the concept, and see where it goes.
Now, you might be thinking, is finding an extra $100 a month really worth all that effort? Well, I want you to just look at this number for a second. Let it sink in. That is what happens when you take that extra $100 a month and invest it consistently over 25 years at an average 8% return. It grows to over $60,000. That is the incredible, almost magical power of compound interest. It's your money working for you, and then the money it earns starts working for you. It's a virtuous cycle, and it is the single most powerful force in building wealth. That's why even a small amount invested consistently can completely change your life.
This brings us to the really exciting part, firing up the growth engine. See, saving money is like stacking bricks. It's safe, it's secure, but it's just a pile. Investing is taking those same bricks and building a skyscraper. It multiplies value. This is how you build real, life-changing wealth. And I need to be perfectly clear about this. Investing is not some secret club for rich people anymore. Thanks to technology, it is more accessible now than at any point in history, even if you're just starting with $5 or $10.
So let's demystify these options because they sound way more complicated than they really are. Forget the idea that you have to be some kind of stock-picking genius. First up, low-cost index funds. Think of an S&P 500 index fund like buying a smoothie that has a tiny piece of the 500 biggest companies in the US. You get instant diversification. ETFs are very similar. They offer that same diversification, but they trade like a single stock, so they're super easy to buy and sell. And finally, if you want a totally hands-off approach, there are robo-advisors. These are basically automated financial planners in your pocket. You answer some questions and they build and manage a diversified portfolio for you for a really low fee. The point is, you can start with any of these today with an amount that feels right for you. Okay, now as you start to succeed, as you get that raise or your side hustle starts taking off, you are going to face your greatest enemy. It's a silent threat called lifestyle inflation. This is that natural urge to spend more just because you're making more. A bigger paycheck suddenly means a fancier car, a bigger apartment. Resisting this, it's not a suggestion. It is an absolute requirement for building wealth. This is the clear dividing line between people who build wealth and people who are just stuck on a treadmill, always wondering why they can't get ahead no matter how much they make.
But this discipline of living below your means isn't about feeling deprived. It's about being intentional. This table shows some real-world examples. Just deciding to cook at home instead of getting takeout can easily save you hundreds of dollars a month. Shopping at thrift stores for clothes and furniture can save you thousands a year. Every single dollar you save by making a conscious choice is another dollar you can put to work in your investment portfolio. Another soldier fighting for your financial freedom.
I want to pause on this quote because it might just be the most important piece of advice in this entire explainer. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. I promise you, there will be times the market is down and it feels scary. There will be months where a surprise bill messes up your plan. You will feel like you're not making progress. This is all normal. It's part of the journey. The secret is to ignore the noise and just stay the course. Be patient with your results, but be absolutely relentless with your habits. Your consistency, not over months, but over decades, is what will ultimately create unimaginable success.
So let's bring it all home. We have just covered the complete blueprint for building wealth on any income. We started with the foundation, an abundance mindset. From there, we drafted the plans with a budget and the discipline of paying yourself first. Then we created our action plan to play both offense and defense, attacking debt and boosting income. And finally, we fired up the growth engine with investing and the crucial discipline of living below our means. These are the pillars. This is the path.
Let me just leave you with this one powerful thought that sums it all up. Wealth is not a privilege. It's not an inheritance. It is not reserved for people with fancy job titles. Wealth is the inevitable result of discipline, of smart choices, of consistent investing, and a long-term commitment to your own future. You absolutely have the ability to overcome your challenges and build a prosperous life for yourself. Before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the links in the description if you're looking for a real estate agent in your market or you need life insurance. My team and I can help you anywhere nationwide.
Knowledge without action is really just entertainment. So let's turn what you just learned into action right now. Don't wait until Monday. Don't wait for the first of the month. The perfect moment is a myth. The time is now. Here are 3 simple things you can do in the next 15 minutes to start your journey. 1. Open a high-yield savings account online. It takes less than 5 minutes. 2. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking. I don't care if it's $5, just start the habit. 3. Download a free budgeting app and link your account to start tracking. Take these small steps right now.
So I will leave you with this final, personal question. Forget about the 10-year plan for just a moment. What is the one small, tangible step you will take today before your head hits the pillow tonight to begin this journey? Your future self is counting on the answer. Your journey to wealth begins now.